Change is difficult. It challenges what we know, what we're comfortable with. And often, we resist it, sometimes even wishing we could go back to how things were. But history teaches us something surprising. What feels uncomfortable now can be the very thing that leads us to something better. Why do people fear change?
Why do we fear change? It's natural. Change brings uncertainty. It takes away our sense of control. It disrupts what we are used to. And when things get hard, we long for what was familiar, even if it wasn't truly good for us. Example 1. The Israelites. Wishing for Egypt after their release from captivity in Egypt. After escaping 400 years of slavery, the Israelites weren't sure they liked their newfound freedom. The wilderness was hard. The promised land seemed far away, and so they longed for Egypt, the place of their suffering, simply because it was familiar. Lesson: fear of the unknown can make us cling to what we should leave behind. Example 2. The disciples struggling with Jesus' death. When Jesus told his disciples he had to die, they couldn't accept it. It felt like the end of everything they had hoped for. But what seemed like the worst possible change was actually the greatest moment in history. They just couldn't see it yet. Lesson: change often feels like loss, but it may be leading to something greater. Example 3. The American Revolution. In the 1700s, many American colonists wanted to remain under British rule. It was safe, familiar. Independence was risky. War was dangerous. But that risk created a free nation, one that would never have existed without the courage to embrace change. Lesson: holding on to the past can prevent us from stepping into a better future. Example 4. Resistance to the Civil Rights Movement. During the Civil Rights Movement, many resisted change. People feared what equality would bring. But over time, those once radical changes became the foundation of a more just society. What was uncomfortable then is now seen as necessary and right. Lesson: the change we resist today may be the change we later embrace. Example 5. The Industrial Revolution and technology today. When machines started replacing jobs in the Industrial Revolution, people fought back. But in time, new industries and opportunities emerged. Today, as technology advances, people again fear job loss. Yet, as before, innovation often leads to greater opportunities. Lesson: every era of progress faces resistance, but adaptation leads to growth. What about America today? Right now, America is facing another period of change. Political shifts, cultural shifts, technological advancement. It feels unsettling, and many want to return to the way things were. But history reminds us, change is difficult, but it is often necessary. Holding on to the past too tightly can keep us from moving forward. Lesson: instead of fearing change, we should ask, what could this change lead to? Where is the opportunity for us? Embracing the future. What if we stopped resisting change and started embracing the possibility that something better could come from it? What if instead of looking back, we looked forward? Every great transformation in history was once met with fear, but those who trusted the process saw something greater in the end. Change is hard, but change is often for the best.